Kyle, do you think it's possible to have a great job at a bad company?
This is a good question. So I think it is, but I think that the career value is much higher being a mediocre employee at a great company than being a great employee at a bad company.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a really tough like thing to wrap your head around. Being like the big fish in the small pond feels awesome, but just the in tech, so much of the returns go to the top tier of companies, and even just witnessing how those companies grow and seeing the playbook makes you really valuable to a lot of other companies.
Sam had described to me that he's like, I worked at 3 shitty companies in succession, but at all of them, like they paid me over $1 million a year to work at each one. So he's like, I knew what I was signing up for. And I knew what I was maximizing for. He's like, that's just the game I decided to play, right, wrong, or indifferent.
I do say in sales roles, if you can sell the product of a pretty shitty company, like that is the AE that I want to hire anywhere else. Like don't send me the Anthropic sales reps. Like they have no experience selling something that like people aren't clamoring to buy. Send me the person that's selling like the ERP that's like the number 5 player in their space, yet crushing
Yeah.
quota. That's a great hire.
Person selling ping identity.
So there is something to that. For salespeople, like it can actually be an advantage. If you can consistently hit your number, that can be an advantage. But wouldn't you want to just sell a product that has like an amazing lead volume of highly qualified leads, crazy high win rate, fast sales cycle? Like you're probably gonna get a much higher bonus payment.
I want to hire the rep selling $3 million a year in NetApp.
The one rep.
Yeah, right. Okay, maybe gearing towards the close, one other question for you. Is it possible to have a great and rewarding career at a company in its twilight years?
Great and rewarding career.
I'll give you an
That's what
example of this. So I spoke to Bruno Anik, CFO now of WellHub. He left McKinsey to go work at AOL during like not AOL's hot years. Like we're talking like post couple failed merger agreements AOL. And he went in and just like ran all over the place, did cool stuff and owned a bunch of stuff. And it worked out for him. He ended up getting a really cool CFO job coming out of that. But like he called it the cockroach of the internet. That's what he called it.
It really depends on the role. Like if you're early in your career and you're like a sales rep, for example, not a whole lot of executive visibility into what's going on, not a lot of control, right? That would be the last place I'd want to join. But if you're like the number 2 to the CEO, and like the CEO is brought in with a mandate to change things,
That's what he
and you get
was.
to witness it all, and the only way you're even able to be the number 2 to the CEO is because it's a failing company, that's a great learning experience. I would guess I would look at like who are the people around the table, what is the role, how much control do you have over your destiny, and are people aligned on the expectations going forward so that you're not held to an unfair standard after it all happens.
Because I'm wondering if there are people who are bummed out right now that they didn't choose to work at OpenAI or Anthropic 5 years ago, if that was even an option, who like they should be looking at a different way. Maybe you should go and be the number 2 at Arctic Wolf. I don't know.
That's a hard sell for me. I mean, you could become a specialist there. I know some people that were CEOs in turnaround companies.
Yes.
That's a really hard job to have. Like you're brought in by the PE firm or the venture firm when like the company's kind of failing, they're flatlining, revenue's declining, and you have to like totally figure things out. I think that there's like a really interesting creative problem solving aspect there. And often like these people are well compensated if they have performance. So there's like a fun little like aspect of what can you do with this business that's really interesting to me. And so I think they like the work they're doing quite a bit and it feels meaningful to change the trajectory of a company. But yeah, it's not the safe bet.
Yeah.
So, all right. So based on this, if you're joining a company, if you're, shutting down Mostly Media Inc., what do you join? What do you optimize for?
Dude, I think it's the best time ever to be a small business owner. I really do. This is like not at all what you asked, but like an example is I was catching up with my buddy, Terrence. He was saying he called his favorite pizza place down the road. And the person who picked up was like very jolly and like blah, blah, blah. Took his order, gave the exact thing. He said, can you just read it back to me? Because it's kind of a complicated order. And they said, it's this pizza, blah, blah, blah. And I told you it would be ready in 22 minutes. He's like, wait, something's off there. that's a very specific time, and it gave me back more information than I asked for. I just asked them to repeat the order. So he goes in the pizza shop. He's like, "Hey, what's up, Jim?" Because he goes there all the time. And he notices, he's like, "There's no one else in the shop right now." He goes, "That wasn't you that picked up the phone, was it?" And he's like, "No, that wasn't me." He's like, "Is someone else working here with you?" He's like, "No, we installed AI to take the calls over the phone." And so this is a pizza shop in Naples, right? Not the most tech leaning place. He's like, "That must have been like an arm and a leg to do." And he said, it was like an $8,000 one-time implementation. And then after that, it's $500 a month. And he's like, "Oh, wow, that actually is a lot." He's like, "Actually, no, because I don't have to have the two unreliable people I used to have working the front desk who are always quitting their job or showing up late. And on top of that, I used to have to pay for 5 phone lines so they continually pick them up and take the orders during busy times. This right now, I can man the oven, the orders come in, it's actually cheaper in the long term." And so it made me think that like you don't have to leave tech to do stuff, but like there is a world where you can be a lot more efficient in whatever you're working on your own, and the value can accrue to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that lifestyle businesses got dragged for a while as like, what are you building a lifestyle business? Now it seems like the kind of the flex in the industry because a single person can build something really cool. They can build tech products, they can build media products. Like you can build something with a network of like freelancers, contractors, part-time hires, and then just AI tools and like build a kind of a cool, interesting life on that. So I do feel like being an entrepreneur of some kind like is definitionally rewarding. I'm loving it too.
Yeah, but good times, bad times, doesn't matter. Just know what game you're playing and maximize for that lever. Can't be everything to everyone.
When I looked to set up my first CRM at Growth Unhinged, I knew I wanted something that was actually AI first. The world has evolved. Most CRMs are still stuck in the 90s. I found Lightfield, the CRM that remembers everything and does the work for you. It joins all my sales calls, reads my emails, and has the full context on every account. At this point, Lightfield knows my deals better than I do. I haven't had to set up a single CRM dashboard. Instead, I simply ask Lightfield questions like, which deals in my pipeline are most likely to close, or who do I need to follow up with today? It even automatically prepares me for meetings with a personalized daily briefing, and setup was quick and surprisingly painless. Lightfield is my sales coach, RevOps analyst, therapist, EA, all in one. See Lightfield for yourself with a 14-day free trial. Connecting data from your inbox takes just 5 minutes, and you can migrate in under an hour. Go to lightfield.app, that's LIGHTFIELD.app, and use code MOSTLYGROWTH to get 3 months free.